Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. Welcome to day 974. Increases in wildfire smoke have reversed 2 decades of improvements to air quality in 3/4 of all U.S. states. New research shows that from the year 2000 to 2022, wildfires have undone 25% of previous progress resulting from the Clean Air Act of 1963. A noticeable shift in the overall trend began in 2015, with wildfire smoke having a statistically significant impact on PM 2.5, which is very small particles that can travel into the lungs and bloodstream. Those trends were seen in 35 out of 48 of the continental United States. Some states have lost 50% or more of the progress they made since 2000, while others have completely erased their gains. More than 2 billion people globally were exposed to 1 or more days of wildfire-related air pollution each year between 2010 and 2019. Meanwhile, Joe Biden announced the first ever American Climate Corps, an initiative to train more than 20,000 young people for jobs in clean energy and climate resilience. Modeled on the New Deal-era Civilian Conservation Corps, which put millions to work during the Great Depression, the American Climate Corps will provide young people with skills to work in wind and solar production and installation, as well as disaster preparedness, forest management, coastal restoration, and land conservation. All participants in the program will be paid, and most positions will not require prior experience. White House climate policy advisor Ali Zaidi said, "This is important because we're not only opening up pathways to bold climate action, we're not just opening pathways to decarbonization, we're opening up pathways to good paying careers, lifetimes of being involved in the work of making our communities more sustainable and more fair, more resilient in the face of a changing climate." Moving on, the Biden administration announced it will resume offering free at-home COVID-19 tests through the mail. Starting next week, Americans can order 4 free tests from covidtests.gov. COVID-19 hospitalizations have surpassed 20,000 for the first time since mid-March, but remain far below the 2021-2022 Omicron peak of 150,674. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve decided to leave interest rates unchanged at a level between 5.25% and 5.5%, still the highest level in 22 years. Fed officials, however, did indicate that they expect to raise rates one more time this year, but with fewer rate cuts in 2024 and 2025 than previously estimated. They now say they expect to cut the federal funds rate to 5.1% by the end of next year, 3.9% by the end of 2025, and 2.9% at the end of 2026. The central bank has raised interest rates 11 times in the last 18 months, the most aggressive series of rate hikes since the early 1980s. Inflation, however, has eased significantly since peaking at 9.1% last summer, but still remains more than a percentage point higher than the Reserve's target rate of 2%. And finally, Attorney General Merrick Garland defended the Justice Department's independence during a House Judiciary Committee hearing where Republicans accused him of weaponizing the department's work in favor of Joe Biden and his son Hunter. Garland said, "I am not the president's lawyer. I will add, I am not Congress's prosecutor. The Justice Department works for the American people." Garland repeatedly pushed back against House Republican accusations that he was slow-walking the Hunter Biden prosecution on tax and gun charges, comparing it to his department's 2 cases against Donald Trump for alleged mishandling of classified documents and his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Garland said, "Our job is not to do what is politically convenient. Our job is not to take orders from the president, from Congress, or from anyone else about who or what to criminally investigate." That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.